All right, so it's time now for better food. We are transitioning into one of the most beautiful bruschetta bars that I've ever seen. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a bruschetta bar, but apparently there is. Our friends Bob and Danita Sulick are here from the Mulberry in Manchester, and they're showing us how to do. I say bruschetta. Is that the right terminology?
Bruschetta. What's the right way? I don't know.
Is there a terminology? Okay, so we're good. Look how beautiful this is.
But this is also like for someone who's not a great cook, and you're thinking, I want to have a wonderful brunch, but I really want to impress people. This is a lot of it's just assembly. It's beautiful.
I cooked 3 things. We cooked the bacon. These are just blistered, which means I put them in a pan with a little olive oil, salt, pepper.
Okay, because I really
thyme and rosemary.
Dee's talking about the tomatoes right here. These are blistered tomatoes.
Yep.
And they are spectacular.
And then these are marinated tomatoes, and I used Campari's because there aren't any good natives yet.
Okay.
And that's just a little bit of balsamic, olive oil, basil, a touch of garlic, salt and pepper, and thyme.
Wow.
So.
All right, let's talk about the eggs.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Your short turn, go.
You're getting something warm. Everyone loves eggs. And
this is the technique for today. It's how to cook scrambled eggs. And in this country, most people overcook these things. High heat, and they dry them all out. I've been cooking these eggs for about 15 minutes. Yeah, it's about 15. There's about 5 eggs in there, and there's a little splash of heavy cream, which gives it a little bit of fat, and it makes it softer and more liquid. Okay. And then you just put it on a low heat, and you slowly cook it.
You have to keep stirring it, right? I've heard you should keep stirring.
It's closer to a crepe than anything.
That's what my mother says. She says low flame or low heat.
See how nice and moist those are? And they're cooked all the way through. So if somebody doesn't want them, wet, they're going to be cooked all the way through.
Kara's not a fan of wet eggs.
Okay.
Well, everyone likes it different. But I have heard that make them nice and fluffy like that. You need to cook it on low and keep stirring.
Danita, hand me that bowl and I'll put these in there and then you can make it a bruschetta for everybody.
All right. So I just started some. This one is goat cheese, and I hit it with some eggs, and then that's the marinated tomatoes. And on this one, I have mascarpone and salmon, and I'm going to put, Scott, we're going to drizzle some of that, which is an apple horseradish jam, which is just delicious. And I think that will go really well on there.
Yeah.
And then on that one, Scott, we can drizzle a little pesto, and that's just bacon, eggs, and a little pesto.
That's your classic.
That's amazing.
Yep. Bacon and eggs for breakfast.
So there's just a wide variety of things. It's just grazing.
Yeah, but you put this out.
You set it on cutting boards, which many of us have. I know it's a style to put them on a butcher box, but these are really just cutting boards.
You hit them with a little white vinegar, to disinfect. And then, if you're doing them in hot water with soap, you're good. But if you want to just disinfect it before,
can we go through some of the things that are on the board? Because
absolutely.
I wouldn't know a kid from a caboodle here.
Okay, prosciutto. I did a soppressata.
Okay, hang on. This is the prosciutto, which is
Italian ham.
Italian ham.
Yeah.
God, is that beautiful?
Italian ham.
Don't burn yourself on the candle there.
I see this. This is totally fake.
Yes.
I love it.
And that's a great thing to put out.
I love to pick up those little small jelly jars at Stonewall Kitchen.
Yeah.
This happens to be the hot pepper or red pepper jelly.
And they're an evergreen walk, in case you're wondering, Stonewall Kitchen.
You get red raspberry, you can get blueberry, you can get their holiday jam, and just throw it out there with some cheese. I have mascarpone cheese, goat cheese with honey.
See, mascarpone cheese doesn't have too much flavor on its own, right?
It's like cream cheese.
So you just, you use it as a base?
It's a creamy component for everything else. You get a little bit of balance between all the different textures and flavors, and that's the whole idea of a bruschetta bar.
So I threw out some pesto. A couple jellies. This is fig jam. We have fresh figs.
That's beautiful.
Cantaloupe, strawberries. I got native raspberries. Almonds. You can do dry almonds with a little salted. I have chocolate-covered almonds, and I have Marcona almonds.
Talk about the bread.
Yeah, the bread is beautiful.
And the bread is a multigrain. I just picked up a loaf of multigrain. I put it on the grill, put a little olive oil. Made sure I turned it.
But it's okay that it's room temperature. It doesn't need to be warm when you serve it. You can do a little bit of a head and then put it out there.
You want this to be easy.
And as far as aesthetics, I'm seeing a method. You put everything in white dishes, and you made like a little circle, and then you filled in with all the low items that you just sort of sprinkle. And that's
all I did was
sprinkle little piles.
Yep. Take a picture of something. If you go online, you're going to find it. Go to Pinterest.
Take a picture of this.
Yeah, take a picture.
Exactly.
And just copy.
Now, what are you doing, Bob?
Oh
I'm making a bruschetta here. So I grilled off some peaches. I peeled the peaches first, a little hot boiling water, then in ice water. They come off, and then you just peel them, and then you throw them. You dip them in sugar and you put them on the grill.
Oh my gosh!
And so you get a real nice kind of a caramel flavor to them. Wow. And then I'm going to top them with a little bit of caramelized onions. This is a nice sweet. It's almost like a dessert.
Oh, it's delicious.
And then a little bit of blue cheese. Just a little blue cheese right on the top.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Doesn't that look good?
It is.
It looks amazing.
Totally.
We'll put this on the plate. You want to try it? Or you can
and then the drinks you serve, what is mimosas?
I have some mimosas. I did a peach, which is a Bellini, and then we just a regular mimosa.
That is fantastic.
So
everything looks so beautiful.
Honestly.
And this is the way to do it. Just get out there and get a nice bruschetta bar.
And you can just set that all out and then just relax and have fun with your guests because it's not a lot to do.
Right. People
really
can, as you say, they can graze. All right, be sure to head to Mulberry Street for a tasty meal and great service. The restaurant is located on Main Street in Manchester. They do catering too, so check them out online at themulb.com.